Hey guys, I'm finally back with new projects. I apologize, it's taken me a little bit longer to get back into the swing of things than I expected, which actually I find is usually the case. I always set very ambitious goals for myself, and I never think they're like ambitious. I always think they're totally manageable to do so many things in like such a short amount of time, and set myself up for failure that way. But I realize this, and I'm realizing this more and more as I get older, and I'm lowering my expectations for myself a lot lately, which is good. Less pressure on yourself is good. Anyway, the point is, I finally did the garage. I actually did it about a week ago. It was finished. And I'm just now getting to the loading of the filming of the intro and whatever. But I did want to do that in May. That was one of my May to-dos. And I did it, so yay! And I actually didn't film myself cleaning the garage because honestly, the angles of the garage, it's a very large garage. It's like you could fit like 2.5 cars. Don't ask me what a half of a car is, but I guess like a motorcycle or something. I guess you could park another car in there. It just wouldn't be able to drive right out because there's no third door. But it's a large garage. It's got very tall ceilings, and it was very dark, and it's been really gross weather here, and so, you know, it's got a few lights, but it wasn't conducive to good filming conditions. And honestly, I didn't do a lot to the garage. I basically just tidied up and put things away. And I'll tell you why. Last spring, when I was cleaning my garage, I actually redid my whole organization system. And unfortunately, I don't have any pictures to show you what it looked like before. It really wasn't that messy. I just didn't have any storage, wall-mounted shelves or hooks or anything. I had the steel rolling carts that you'll see. They're like four-tier rolling carts, big rolling carts. I got those at Front Gate when we first moved in 4 years ago. So I've had those for a while. I love those, and I like those because I have actually had them set in the places they are set in for a long time, but if I need to move them, it's really easy to because they're on wheels, and the wheels lock, you know, they're casters, so I can either have them stay in one place or move them, and it's really good because we do have the garage power washed. My handyman does that. My handyman is not my husband, by the way. Somebody said that once, and I was like, no. Out of the two of us, I'm the handy one, not my husband. He has other fortes. That is not one of them. But when my handyman power washes the garage, since we live in the Midwest and it's a lot of snow and ice and stuff in the summer, it gets a lot of salt that collects on the garage floor, and it's just very damaging to the garage floor. Also, it's dirty to have to like track that into the house. We have a no-shoe house, but still, things get tracked in, and for the dog, who's all white, and blah, blah, blah. So I have my garage power washed every year. I think it's not terribly expensive, and I think it's worth it because the garage looks gorgeous now, and it's clean. I mean, you could sit and have a picnic on it. It's so clean. But what was I saying? Oh, yes. They can just roll those. That's the only stuff like literally on the floor is stuff that just rolls away. So the guys can roll that stuff out, power wash the garage, and then roll it back in. So it's very convenient. At any rate, last spring I had Elfa installed in my garage, and I have installed all of my. Elfa is a closet and an organizational wall system from the Container Store that I use in all my closets. I have since we've owned homes. This is our second home. We had a condo before. I did all Elfa in my condo closets as well, and I've always installed them myself. It's so easy. You just install the top bracket, gets drilled into the wall real securely, and then you get these hanging standards that hang off of it, and then you clip in the shelves or hooks or whatever components you buy. If you go to the Container Store website, you can like watch tutorials and videos all about it. But I've always hung them myself, but like I said, my garage has rather high up, and I wanted to put shelves really high up, and so I actually splurged and paid the Container Store offers installation. and it's a little bit pricey, but I wanted it done well because these shelves are holding really heavy things, and I didn't trust myself up on the ladder. I didn't feel real comfortable doing it myself when it's that high up. I mean, a regular closet I could do. It's only, you know, like a 9-foot ceiling, and that I still have to stand on the ladder, but it's not like 15-foot ceiling. It's a little bit different. Anyway, I designed the components. They, at the Container Store, will help you design these things if you want. They're really good at visualizing. At least the people in my store who help are good at visualizing things, but I always come in with, you know, like a sketch scaled to size, and know exactly what components. I research everything that I want beforehand. And that makes the appointment go a lot quicker when you go, or, you know, the time you spend with them, like ordering the components. So I would suggest that if you know what you want, to go in with a very detailed, do all the measurements, check everything 2-3 times, because trust me, it's good to check the measurements. You want them as exact as possible, because otherwise things might be not fitting right, and then you have to go all the way back to the store and get things recut and blah blah blah. Okay, I'm rambling on. Gotta get it a little shorter here. But at any rate, I knew exactly what I wanted. I designed the garage storage system, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And you'll see it. I think it came out great. It's and I'm still adding things to it, but like I said, the brackets already drilled into the wall, and I can rearrange the shelves or hooks or anything and extra components to my liking whenever I want, without having to like redo the hardware stuff, which is just fantastic. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. At any rate, so basically all I had to do was kind of tidy up, and I do this every year, but now it's so much easier since I've had my Elfa installed last year. And I just put things away. I mean, I get a little bit lazy in the winter. I think a lot of people do. It's cold in there, and it's hard to like get up on the ladder and put things away. These are lame excuses, but it happens. I'm only human. And you'll see how human I am when I show you my before tour of my closet, which is really embarrassing. But I'm not gonna lie, I toss the Christmas wreaths on top of the wood pile, and you know, I don't put things away right away as often as I should. And so the spring is a good time for me to get everything put away, clean the whole space, have it power washed, and have it start off in a clean slate. And I think that's what spring for me personally is great for. Is I always do my garage, and I generally do my closet in the spring, because those tend to get dumped. Those places tend to get like things dumped in the most. But anyway, I'm gonna show you now. I just took some footage of my before, what the garage looked like before I cleaned it, and then what it looked like after I cleaned it. And I've had it clean now for a week, and it's fabulous. It feels so good to pull into the garage in my car, and it's all nice and neat and clean. And there's something about having an orderly space, having order where you live, that makes you just feel better. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Again, I'm sorry there's no like sped up like clips in here of me doing stuff, but maybe in the future. Those videos always are requested, so I'm sure they'll be back. Anyway, here you go, enjoy. So, welcome to my garage. It's May, and this is generally the time of year when I do a bit of spring cleaning, and the garage is definitely one of those areas that I like to tidy up in the spring, especially before it gets too warm out, because our garage is not air conditioned, obviously, and it does get rather hot and stuffy in here in the summer, and it gets freezing in here in the winter. And also I do have our garage floor power washed annually. My handyman does that, but I like to clean it up before that happens, because they take everything out of the garage. Luckily, I have most of our shelving is on these like utility size rolling carts, which I'll show you in more detail. But basically, throughout the year, especially when it starts getting colder, stuff starts piling up. And I mean, I'm guilty of this, obviously, as I have a great organization system. in here, it's Elfa, the utility, Elfa utility from the Container Store. I had this, I designed it myself, which is one of the great things I love about Elfa. You can design it yourself, or the people at the Container Store can help you. But I actually did splurge and hire them to come install it because it's, as you can see, it's very high up. We have very tall ceilings in here. And I just didn't feel confident doing it myself, especially since it was going to be holding very heavy bins and large bulky items. Winnie, honey? No, no, baby. It's too dirty in here for you. It's too dirty. But at any rate, so I did splurge and hire the Container Store to put up the shelving for me. Just because I wanted it to be really, really well done. Not that I wouldn't do a good job, but it's high up, so it'd be hard for me to reach. And, you know, I'm not that confident on a ladder. But things tend to pile up. This is actually our wood. We're actually all out of wood. I don't know, I just noticed that. I gotta get some more wood. But this thing here is actually our wood holder. I don't know what to call it. It holds the logs, you know. And as you can see, my fall wreaths are all piled, and on top of that, the Christmas wreaths, and they all have proper bins and places to go, but I just haven't put them away. Naughty, naughty. These are Winnie's outdoor beds. I have one for the back, which I keep in the garage because there's no covered place out back, and I don't want it to get ruined, even though it is technically an outdoor bed. And then her one that goes on the front porch that I just keep out. I could probably put that out soon now. Maybe after this week. It's very rainy right now. But things tend to pile up. You know, my husband likes to smoke things. That right there out that window is our handmade in Texas iron smoker. It's like 1,000 pounds. It takes 4 grown men to move it. And he buys wood and stuff from special places that get shipped. And I have a whole rack for him, but, you know, he doesn't put things away all the time. So it's just a bunch of stuff, boxes. You can see over here especially a bunch of stuff piled up that needs to go away. So I am going to tidy that up now. I probably won't have too much to toss. I did start a garbage bag already with some garbage. But mainly I just have to put things back in the bins, which requires going up and down ladders and stuff, but you know, I can do that. And sort of just tidy up, and then later this week I'll have my handyman come and power wash it, and then I will show you what our garage organization is. But I'm going to tidy it up now, and I'll check back with the finished result soon. Okay, so I just spent about 2 hours in here tidying up. I think that's the appropriate wording for it. And it might not look that different, but it was actually a lot of little things that needed to be put in bins. I just ordered 2 more bins for up there, and those are the things that are going to be going in those bins. So that'll tidy that up further. I did a lot of work organizing my gardening stuff and my husband's smoking and grilling things. And everything's off the wood thing now, so that's good. And I just kind of tidied up this area. It still needs a little extra tidying up, but it's pretty much done. I added some more components to my Elfa wall system. And all this stuff you see pushed up here next to my bike is either garbage or stuff I'm going to return or give away. So that all of those boxes from there to there. And once I get rid of those, that'll open up a lot of space. So I'm going to have the guys come power wash hopefully next week. And then I will finish up the last minute things I mentioned. And I'll probably be putting out my, those are my outdoor furniture, chair pads and things and pillows. So that stuff might not be there. And that's where Winnie's, this is Winnie's poop tent. That's actually what it's called. I'm not making that up. That we put that over her little potty spot in the winter, so it stays snow-free. And it's easy for her, you know. So I'm going to put that up there once I take all those down. But for now, I'll just rest it on top of that big pile of stuff I got to dispose of. And that's it. That about 2 hours. And then probably another hour total work in here and I'll be done. I'm not going to count the power washing because I'm not actually doing the work, but it takes them about, you know, they have got to move everything out of the garage, so it takes them about two or 3 hours. So there you have it. Hey guys, I'm back. It's a few days later. I spent about 2.5 hours just kind of tidying up in here the day I filmed, and then my handyman came today and power washed the floor, which was all credited with salt. We get pretty icy winters here in Chicago, so I get a lot of salt on the garage floor, and it's very aggressive. Salt will eat away even at cement over time. So I just, once a year, every spring, I have them come. It's rather inexpensive, and they have the ability to power wash things, so that works. So I'm not actually, I mean, I'm basically done with the garage. I have to buy a couple more storage elements and make a couple labels and put out the wood and stuff, but I just thought I'd give you a look at the floor. It's still drying, and our cars are out, of course, while it's drying. But you can kind of see, tidied up a lot in that corner, actually. I had a lot of stuff in there that was either garbage or to get rid of, and it's actually, most of it's in the middle now. I did already get rid of a whole bunch, but these things in the front, I'm going to put out on garbage day and see if anybody takes, and if they don't take them, then I will bring them to Goodwill, because they still can be used. That's just garbage, and these boxes in the middle are actually I'm sending back. So those have to go in my car once I take the wood out. And like I mentioned before, this is Winnie's poop tent, which she only uses in the winter. We only put out in the winter. And as soon as I take down those mats, I will put the poop tent up there. But I just wanted to be able to show you the organization of the side without it crammed in there, because I'll just push it to the side for now. I'm actually going to wait another week to put out my cushions. Next weekend is Memorial Day weekend, and we generally have a party on the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. And I always put my cushions out too early, and it's very rainy this time of year, especially this spring. It's been very wet. And they get wet, and it's not hot enough for them to dry out all the way before parties. So I'm going to wait until either the day of or the day before the party, put them out. So until then, the poop tent will just hang out in the corner here. But you can see, tidied up a bunch on this side. I didn't have to do a lot of work in here because I implemented this Elfa system last year, and I did the major organization then. So it just needed a little tidying up. And like I said, I still have a little tidying up left. But basically opened this area up a lot. I did buy these 2 mesh bins for items that I want to give away, because I've just been putting them in like big trash bags and like clothes and things I'm giving away to charity or Goodwill or whatever, and like plopping them in this corner. But this is better. It'll keep the things contained. So I have 1 bin for clothes and 1 bin for things. And you can see I already have things to give away. And once those both get full, I'll take them, I'll drop them off. That'll be my new system, instead of letting them accumulate. I hung up all my skates. And I think everything else is basically hung up. I mean, those are just folding chairs, my bike rack, stuff for my hot tub maintenance. Basically, I left all this organization the same. I did get a couple bins for some golf things. I might get another bin just to round it out to 3. Those pillows are out because I'm about to put them on my front porch, which is covered so they can be out even though it's rainy. And my bike just hangs out here. And then this, these carts, I kind of have to tidy up my hot tub supplies. I'm in the middle of trying to get my hot tub to work properly. That's a sore subject. So I have a lot of things out right now, but usually they're all either in that bucket or that bin, and they fit real nicely. So I had all these bins labeled and basically organized before. I just kind of tidied it up just a bit. And over here we've got our trash bins and my wellies, umbrellas for outside in the summer and stuff. And over here, my recycling bin, and then that's a screen that fell off this winter that I'll put up once it's a little nicer out. And the door to a cabinet on our hot tub outside that fell off that I have to put back up. But up here, It's the same as before. I have all the bins with the Halloween, Christmas, summer and fall, like large size decorations. I did buy 2 more bins, one for fall wreaths and one for spring wreaths. I was keeping the wreaths in those bins before, but I just have so many and they're kind of big and they fit better in those bins. This is the section I really did the most work on. I added a couple bins up there. I neatened this up a lot. I added bins here. I still have to label these. These are all gardening things. This one has, you know, like gardening rocks and twine and things like that in it. And this one has dividers and like plant saucers and things like that. Everything else is, I mean, it's really just the same. I tidied it up. It looks a lot nicer. I do this once a year. And now that my organization system has been set for a year already, it makes it a lot easier. And I did go out to my local nursery and I bought more wood because we're flat out. That's just some kindling down there. And I'm so happy I went because we prefer birch wood, and I guess they only get it stocked for the winter, and they had just enough left for me to buy, so it's all in my trunk. I wanted to wait until they were done power washing the garage to put the birch wood on, because it, you know, it'll get all messy, but I'll just sweep that up. So I'm going to put the wood on out of my car and load in the boxes that I have to take to UPS. And then over here, I need one more bin. I couldn't find them at Target. But I don't really have anything to put in it at the moment, so I don't think it's like crucial. And then I have one more of these brackets like that. You see the bracket is what I'm talking about when I say bracket, is this thing, this, all Elfa. I have an additional one. I need to put it up. I'm gonna hang it up there and get more of these. These are great. They just like clip in, these accessories. But I need to get more of these so I can put, I have some like extra wood floor planks and like wooden sticks and things that I can just lay across there. I can't have anything hanging because of the garage mechanism. But I can put stuff above it, just, you know, hanging out. And that's it. I mean, that's basically the garage. Organized, clean, for the most part, all done. I just gotta load in my wood, get a couple more bins, and I'm all done. It's really a very simple project, but a necessary one, and I'm glad I do it every spring. It's nice to have an organized garage. I mean, this isn't like my most organized space, obviously, but organized enough for me. It works for me, so there you have it. Well, I hope you enjoyed my garage spring cleanup video. As you can see, I really didn't have to do that much. It was just a lot of getting rid of things that have been accumulating that I was planning on getting rid of. And I generally purge larger items like that 2 times a year, in the spring and the fall. And things like clothes and stuff maybe 4 times a year. But I do like to keep those things in the garage. We have a very clean garage. It's not heated or air conditioned, but you know, clothes and stuff for Goodwill like that I think is okay in the garage. Especially when we keep it so neat. And I keep all those things in like tight up in bags anyway. So nothing's getting in there. We never had any little critters, knock on wood, that we don't get any. And I did manage to get rid of the things, this last pile of things I needed to, you know, dispose of. So it's all good. It's all good. And like I said, I pull into the garage or I walk in there for any reason and it just feels better. It just does. And I highly recommend it. And I only spent, personally, I spent about 3 hours working in there. That's not bad. That's not bad for such a large space to just tidy things up. You know, it's like an afternoon. And I did it on a rainy day. What better time? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my little garage cleanup. And I'm about to embark on my closet journey, which is really embarrassing because I'm going to show you my before tour and I'm like a little mortified about it, but that will be up real soon, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, take care. Bye, you guys. Thanks for watching.